We have been dealing with this huge election that just won't go away for like the past 2 years in this country. It's starting to become pretty painful, but luckily, today's election day. Well, hello and welcome back to Andy Snax. It's election night, and you know what that means. Our long national nightmare is either about to come to an end, or it's about to intensify significantly for the next 4 years. My friend Amanda, she specifically requested some election night themed drinks, so I thought, why not? Deviled eggs, right? There's no better party appetizer than deviled eggs. Deviled means spicy, where they come from, which is England. And to an English person, apparently mustard is spicy because that's the devilment, the deviled egg. You're gonna need a bunch of boiled eggs. That's not really a surprise. So gently place a dozen eggs into a cold pot. We just need to cover the eggs with cold water by an inch or two, which is pretty much full on this pot anyway. Bring it up to a boil. So there we go. This is what we see. It's boiling water. You've done that before, I'm sure. So put your lid on and turn off the heat. Set for 15 minutes. If you've got YouTube and you're watching this, I'm sure you know by now that the Republican presidential nominee is Donald Trump. But before he became the nominee, he had to beat a large number of other competitors in the Republican field, which I am representing with these packages of limp wieners, and especially this package of pale, low-energy soy wieners. You can make this in a slow cooker if you want. It works perfectly well. I'm gonna just start it in a pan because that'll let me get it done faster. And then when it's time to serve it, you can put it in a slow cooker. That's more than I thought it would be.
We need a bigger pot.
Do we need a bigger pot? Should we get a bigger pot?
Yeah.
My wife is going to make fun of me for this. I fucked up when I used a pan that was way too small, which is sort of my move. So we're transferring it to this other pan, and we have the delight of having to wash this pan too. You're gonna wanna use an entire jar of chili sauce, which is 12 ounces, and grape jelly. You can buy the brand name stuff if you want, but it's all high fructose corn syrup, so it all tastes the same. So we need a cup of this, which is 8 ounces. Whoa, Nelly, now that's some grape jelly. I haven't had grape jelly in forever. I guess I should taste this. Lil Dabble Do Ya would be a good name for a hobby shop.
Be a good name for a weed store.
We're heating up wieners in a pan on Andy Snax. You have to wonder about the first person who had some Little Smokies and a jar of grape jelly and a jar of chili sauce. You know what? These things go together, obviously. Oh, our eggs are ready to be cooled off. The easiest way to cool them down is basically just to put them in, dump the water down the sink, and then put cool water over the eggs. While the eggs are cooling down, I'm just gonna come back over to the wiener situation and see how that's doing. It doesn't look like these guys have texted a picture of their genitals to anybody while I was gone, so that puts them one step ahead of certain people I know. We've got another better than half a pound of soy dogs that we're gonna put in here. Well, now we need to peel these eggs, and that sounds like a repetitive task. Luckily, I've got myself some tools for dealing with repetitive tasks. Ladies? You guys ready?
Ready? Ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Jessica, you peeled 6 eggs in 3 minutes and 54 seconds. And Betsy, you peeled 7 eggs in 4 minutes and 4 seconds.
Yay! Jessica, you're a good sport. It's a pleasure competing with you.
Quick fingers. It's those thumbs.
Can I get my nickname at home now? Quick fingers.
Well, thanks to the ladies, the eggs are all peeled. So now we just need to cut them in half. Usually I mix the stuff up in a bowl, but I also usually use a piping bag, aka a Ziploc bag with the corner cut off, to fill them. So I figured today, why not try and mix it up in the Ziploc bag and skip a dish. So let's see how that goes. we need to add the other ingredients. And since this is to honor Bernie Sanders and the great state of Vermont, I figured some maple syrup and Vermont cheddar cheese would probably be pretty good to go in there. I don't really have a recipe for my deviled eggs. I just kind of do them however I feel like at any given moment. That amount of mayo, maybe even a little more. I'm guessing around a tablespoon of... Did you see that? Did you see the way it jizzed all over me like that? There's not enough research being done into flip-top technology to stop it from jizzing all over my fingers when I open the mustard. Apple cider vinegar, because I like the extra tang. This is probably going to be maybe a teaspoon and a half. Salt and pepper. We don't need a huge amount of salt because there's already salty stuff in there. Some black pepper, just however much you like. This is a recipe from my own mind, so I'm not sure how the maple syrup's going to play out, but we're going to give it a try. Oh, that smells good. You know what that smells like? That smells like responsible governance. We'll call that, that's probably a teaspoon and a half. Cabot cheese. That feels about right to me. Just kind of get that in there. I'm gonna leave that much out. This must be one of those left-handed Ziplocs. Okay. That tastes like deviled eggs. Actually, that tastes really good. I like that. The maple syrup is nice in there. Snip off the corner, like so. That might have been a little bit of an overvigorous snip, but we'll see. And then you want to work everything down toward that corner. Now we've got a makeshift pastry bag. And that makes doing stuff like this like a lot easier, and you can get a much nicer looking finished product this way, rather than like spooning it on, or I don't know, putting it in your mouth and spitting it on like you're a bird. Just sort of gently squeeze, and there we go. Remember, you want to make sure there's enough for all of them. Don't go too crazy. There should be enough to give everything heaping mound. The most important part of any deviled egg is most certainly the garnish. And because I'm an American, I'm going to use bacon. When in doubt, bacon is usually a pretty good decision. Can't think of any time in my life where I've gotten bacon and I said, man, I really wish I wouldn't have gotten that bacon. And to add drama, I'm gonna stick it in vertically. Reminiscent of a flag, an American flag. How do you feel about paprika on your deviled eggs, Jessica? Well, now we've got those snacks sorted out, it's time to make ourselves some drinks. The first drink we're gonna make is in honor of Donald Trump. To make a Tang daiquiri, of course you're going to need to start with Tang. Tang is interesting because the astronauts drank it. I don't think they do anymore because it's horrible for you. But you're gonna want 2 tablespoons of Tang in a cocktail shaker. Next, you're gonna want some water. You're gonna use about a cup. I'm going to juice a whole lime in here. And of course, because Donald needs to appeal to the Mexicans, we're gonna use some rum. We're gonna do 1 shot of that. Now we need to add ice and shake. We need to garnish this with a lime wheel and some corn silk. Corn silk isn't traditional for a Tang daiquiri, but I think you'll agree, in this circumstance, it's definitely warranted. Well, now we need to make a drink for Hillary. From what I understand, she really enjoys a vodka martini, served James Bond style. I'm not sure exactly what that means. So I bought Russian vodka because everybody else seems to be bought by Russia these days. I suspect tonight she's going to need an especially large one, either for celebration or for commiseration. So I don't think we're going to need this. We'll go with 8 ounces of vodka. Get that into a shaker. Add some vermouth. How much vermouth is up to you. I like mine a little bit wetter than your average person. Now, of course, we need to add some ice. And shake this guy up. You're going to want to serve this in something incognito so the regular people feel like you're one of them. In this case, I've chosen a Pabst schooner. We definitely need some garnish. And there you go. One Hillary-sized vodka martini. Now there's a spread anyone could love, regardless of political affiliation. Let's see how this election thing actually shakes out. Oh my God, it looks like you might actually do this thing. Grabbing a pussy makes this taste even better. The sky just turned really dark. Holy crap, he's winning. I think we're all fucked. Holy crap, he won. It's President Trump? Holy shit.
That's right. We're going to see what's going on in some of these states that are closing in this out.
Looking at Florida now.
Judy, that's
All right. Okay, Hillary's ahead. Oh, they're calling it for Hillary. All right, that'll do. That's better than the alternative, I guess. Hillary it is.
He talked a lot about his program future and highlighted education as the key to that 40 years. That clearly paid off the base and also has very little credibility in the education.
One of the main reasons